Morning, what's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:31 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather report. In sports, Game 2 of the WNBA Finals, Sky taking on the Mercury. Brittany Griner will score 29 points to lead all scorers and the Mercury to a 91-86 overtime victory over the Sky. Game 3 in Chicago Friday. Over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop will be 66 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 59. On the Eden, the Deerfield to Exchange will be 74 minutes. Exchange back to Deerfield will be 68. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is 63 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 48. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 62 minutes. Outbound will be 55. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 67 minutes. 28 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan, it is currently 23 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes back to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 13 minutes. Jackson back to 55th will be 8. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, 8 minutes. Bryn Mawr back to Randolph will be 11. Today's weather is currently 68 and raining. Today will be a high of 72 with a low of 55. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Easy by Sparkle here on The Maze Jackson Show.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. A partner to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so easy, say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy, say, feel so easy, say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me, know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so easy, say, easy to love. Easy, you make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so easy, say, easy to love. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20 piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on, why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your running gun out over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your grown on. When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? When you're at the job just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
You are listening to the Mace Jackson Show. Ruthie was saying, why you asking so many damn questions?
Oh, these songs be asking questions.
Get to tell me. Don't ask. That's terrible. I think, see, then the next thing you be talking about some,
You don't
me
need to
too.
ask about me.
Me
You
too.
ask questions about me. You only want to know about yourself.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, self-absorbed. All right, y'all. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, and my man, DJ Riis the Rule in the building. I do think black leadership skipped a generation. I think it's a lot of people who want to fill the gap, but I'm thinking it might be. Yeah, it's about time for the turn over the mic. Be like the Ruthie Moore. Ruthie, what you say? What's your show gonna be called? You can take the main chair.
I don't even know what we said this morning.
Oh.
I think it was like on that subject or something like that.
Yeah, on that subject. So on that subject, I'm gonna move on. Yeah, we got any calls on that call? Nope, that's it. All right, let's move on. Did you see that the city of Chicago this weekend without the police? So there's apparently a showdown brewing between Ruthie's boy, John Catanzara, and Ruthie's girl, Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Now, the fight that's brewing is over the vaccine mandate, in which Mayor Lightfoot said that tomorrow, all city workers, police included, must enter the portal and lay out their vaccination status. If you are not vaccinated, you go on no pay status. John Catanzara, Ruthie's boy, says to his members, now dig this, how crazy is this? Do not comply. Imagine a police officer saying, do not comply. But he is instructing his orders, do not comply. Setting up what seems to be a showdown tomorrow, at which John Catanzara estimates that if this mandate is put in place, 50% of the police force will not show for work. Now, he's saying they all want to come to work. They're all willing to go, but you just can't make them take the vaccine.
He telling them to show up and tell them to tell them to go home. Make them make you go home. That's what he's saying. Essentially, forcing the mayor's hand with the walkout. So he said, we gonna come to work not vaccinated, what you gonna do? Now, Catanzara is also threatening that in the event that the CPD, they are sent home, that almost 50% of the workforce will not be available. Thus him suggesting that there would be the creation, Ruthie, of complete and total chaos. Let me see what he called it, because he had a quote. Setting up in my mind what it seems like they're trying to set the narrative that there could potentially be some sort of purge. Now, I didn't see the movie The Purge, but I did get a text.
The Purge was good.
He said you're gonna see pure melee. That's what John Catanzara said. And then I told you I got this. Let me play it one more time. I'm gonna play it one more again. I gotta tell you, it's concerning, and I'm gonna tell you it's concerning. So first of all, I think we've seen what happens when the city goes up. I think we've seen what happens when the city goes up and the police direct traffic. And I think you talked about this. But I want to play you what I got. I really want to show you because you see they got okay. You want me to send it to you? All right, I'll send it to you, Riis. How you want me to send it to you? Through text? What's the best?
Either one. You just want to hear it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just send it to me through a text, or I can hook your phone up to it and you can play it.
I'm going to send it to you. All right, I just texted it to you. So, Ruthie, when the FOP predicts pure melee, will it be a self-fulfilling prophecy? What is you laughing at?
This is just politics at its finest, and
break it down for me.
It's just the people that suffer the most are generally the people who have the least.
Because if it's only 50% of the police, where do you think the mayor is deploying them? Let me just ask,
to protect the property.
Well, we's property one day, so we could they protect us?
If only we were still physical property.
Well, they working on it. So anyway, I got it. So Ruthie, I was thinking about this, and so here's the things that I came up with.
You know what? Let me tell you the ripple effect of this, of what really could possibly be the biggest thing. It's just businesses shutting down out of fear, people not going to work, and the people's normal, quote unquote, normal routines being disrupted. That will be the win for CPD. Them people gonna go to work because most of them probably living paycheck to paycheck, and they ain't trying to miss their checks to prove a point.
Oh, so Ruthie, you're not concerned?
I told you what my main concern will be is the ripple effect. Is one person saying it's a tissue shortage, not everybody going to buy tissue.
My concern, so I'll tell you honestly, my initial concern started because I was thinking like Detroit movies. I haven't seen The Purge, but I've seen movies where it's like the Wild Night in Detroit or whatever they call it, you know, when they light all the fires and stuff. And then people be going in the stores and they be like, ha ha! And then they be like raping people and doing all type of crazy stuff. And they be like, ha! It's such and such day. And now we can do whatever we want. You have nothing you can do. And I was thinking about like black people, like the first thing that conjured, and I feel like probably this was all set up because they had just talked about they got the people from O Block and, you know, they had put all the stuff on TV and they got the dreadlocks and the whole you dig and they had the guns and the murder, death, kill. And so all I was thinking about was like they was going to let the hood loose on the hood. But even Ruthie, during the looting and stuff that happened,
they was skipping over the black businesses.
They was
for the most
skipping
part.
black people. So then I wasn't so like I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little nervous for obvious reasons.
You know what I'm the most nervous about?
What?
The white people shooting up the expressways.
Now I want to tell you what I'm nervous about though. Self-fulfilling prophecies. See, Ruthie, I'm not so much worried about the police not showing up. Well, let me not say not showing up, getting sent home. I'm more concerned about the signal to the rest of white supremacy in the world that is open season. Now we got all of these unsolved shootings, right? Just think about this. We just had a shooting in front of Phillips High School that they shot at the exit of the door. The shooter was able to drive away, get away with 2 people shot, and nobody knows what happened. I'm still not 100% convinced that these shootings are just us. And you know what the first thing that came to my mind when this thing happened was that white. Remember when I told you I went out to film them standing on a Dan Ryan, they was shutting down the Dan Ryan, and I saw the white boy with the thing in his ear and the hat and the sunglasses, and I thought he was the police. And then I looked down at his shoes, didn't realize he wasn't. And then you know who else came to my mind? Kyle Rittenhouse. And the clarion call to white supremacists around saying, hey man, I never saw it. And these unmarked dark vehicles and SUVs that people escape in. And then I'm thinking about this. Because, see, I think that the instinct in your mind is to be fearful of self. But Riis. So, and I think like when they talk about, and we're going to talk about the drill rap and all of that stuff, but they've set your mindset.
I see what you're saying.
To be prepared for murder, death, and kill. Now, you send a clarion call out to the hunters and say, go fishing. It's fishing season. For 24 hours, all you find, you keep. You ever played all you find, you keep? You ever played that?
Mm-mm.
So, we used to play this game called All You Find, You Keep. And it really wasn't, you really didn't. The person who had everything didn't really want to play. It was really a way to empty somebody's pockets. You'll see somebody, you be like, all I find I keep. And they couldn't stop you. So you took their money, their keys, their wallet, their whatever, da-da-da-da-da-da. But it basically was a signal to everybody, we finna get dude. All I find I keep. And I feel like this is a clarion call, not to black people. And I think that once you set just enough off, right, all it takes is one. Remember what happened now let me put this in context for you. Didn't we see in Minnesota that they discovered that the person that kicked off the riots was a white boy dressed up as a Black Lives Matter person? So when the white boy throws the first brick at DTLR or wherever else, it sets the distraction. Now, you've got a scenario where everything, you've already set the standard where the police don't have to respond. So now, how do I distinguish? Now, if I tell you 12 hours, play the clip, Riis. Play it. I want you to hear it. Because I don't know if I did it properly, but I want you to hear the clip. Because again, imagine if this is being, I don't know that it is so much.
Legal for 12 continuous hours.
Yeah, I started from the beginning.
Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours.
Now, this is the type of thing, and I want to be clear, I'm not trying to incite or anything. I literally was forwarded this. And if I show you the picture that they have on it, if I show you the picture that they have with it, Ruthie, it has a picture of Mayor Lori Lightfoot. I feel like it is, you see it right there? It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I feel like it's saying it's not, the enemy has been declared. The melee, you're gonna see pure melee is telling the cops stand down.
See, that's the concept of burn it down. And you see how the FOP taking that energy. They would see the city burn. See, my issue is I'm not for mandates. Like I don't believe in impeding on people's personal freedoms in that way. I think test options would be appropriate. I don't know if they want that, because at first it was like, yeah, we want an option, but then when you get the test option, it's like, no, we don't want that either. But it's interesting that police can just be doing their job when they shooting up black people, infiltrating our communities, but they don't want to do their job. So do your job.
Well, and I feel like
Can't have it both ways.
I feel like they can.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
They're gonna get it both ways, and I think it's a double entendre. It's not a double entendre. It's one of those things where, again, I feel like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It's too much money at stake.
For what?
Everybody ain't Kyrie. They gonna once they start hitting them pockets, they gonna go back to work.
But I don't. All they need is 12 hours.
Watch,
Ruthie.
I'm not concerned, Maze.
Why? Because you got your homestead protected.
Not just that, but
Again,
this is the type of politics that are super dangerous, because while all this rhetoric and stuff is being thrown around, them people gonna be cushy up in they homesteads.
But I feel like this. You don't need the whole group to do it.
You don't.
You just need the people that have the willingness to do it.
It's like dog whistle racism.
That's my point.
That's what's happening right now.
Yes. But I feel like the mayor is also saying, we got this under control. And
Of course, because what else she gonna say?
But Ruthie, we saw this last time. I want to know what you got under control, because last time she told us, remember, the buildings were literally on fire, and she was like, what do you mean we protect?
The same reason why Trump told us he didn't tell us about the Rona, because he didn't want people to freak out. He ain't want people to freak out. So we know that that a government will lie to maintain law and order. Everything is about law and order. And so if you have the police who talking about non-law and order, then the politicians gonna have to act like everything cool. Because the alternative to that is upheaval. And if you seen what we seen in some of these communities during the uprisings, we got a taste of what it looks like to see these social systems collapse. And we seen it. And so I think once the city has seen it, the police have seen it on the front lines. So they know what this all could look like, what could happen. So the fact that they playing around with this is unnerving.
So what are we gonna do about? So let me ask you. Should we be on alert?
Of course.
Well, we should always be.
Because you said just take one.
Right. So
I know the things that I want to get, that I want to procure for myself this time, though.
Say that again.
I'm just playing.
Ruthie, do not let me see you on TV.
I just need to lighten it up
Ruthie,
a little bit.
Look,
but
Ruthie,
I do want a sleep number.
I want one too. I do. Oh, I want one so bad. I do. You know them bad boys are $4,000.
I know. I've been looking at them.
Ruthie, I've been
Y'all got layaway plan?
They do, actually. $89 a month. Ruthie, I was like, I want one of them bad boys. I want the one, though, where they heat your feet. They heat your feet, cool your feet, and then it raise up, and then zero gravity. They be selling you, sending you off with the $8.99. You like, I could do that. Then it be like, then you want the box spring. Anyway,
Didn't the police take an oath?
To what? To protect what, though? Right? Like, they did. Ruthie. So I guess for me, I am concerned in that I feel like there is a $89 a month for 30 years. That's funny. I won't be one of them.
I'm in year 20. 10 more years and my sleep number paid off.
Then they be upgrading. Yeah, man.
I think to me the bigger implications would be,
go ahead.
Schools closing, businesses closing.
On behalf because of this police?
Of this, yes, that would be the worst thing, because then that's where the politics really come into play. Because it's like, oh, I think it's going. I mean, if people give in to it, so Lori and them is like, don't give in to this. The police is like, the purge is about to happen, So as a business owner, if you got kids that go to school, like if you have to go out on like tomorrow, like how do you feel about being out in the, in the world? So I think if people decide to stay in because of this, that's the win. That's what they're going for. The lawlessness, all that, I don't think it's going to pop off.
Man, after I saw the Mexican Independence Day, I ain't surprised at nothing. They was driving on the sidewalks.
It was. But it was largely peaceful in a sense.
Let me ask you, and then goes back to my other point. Do you think that there is anybody that benefits from a melee?
Yes.
Who?
The insurance companies.
Ah, you suck.
That's who really.
I can't stand you.
Because after the last ones, them glass companies, the board up companies, it's still a couple businesses in my hood that still got the wood up. And that's what we probably about to see. People about to board up their businesses because everybody that businesses got hit before, they put them uprising plans in place. Whether that be the Asians or the people standing on the roofs with they guns, but people are ready this time.
Dang,
For all aspects of the uprisings, people are ready this time.
What does ready mean for us, and what do it mean for them? And let me ask a question. Do you think the mayor's gonna distribute the police equally, or do you think where's the safety zone?
I think what they probably about to do is go install some more cameras somewhere. Because remember, I feel like it's gonna be some digital policing happening. They're gonna be in their control rooms, looking at the hot spots, watching the little pod cameras. They might deploy some of their drones out.
Dang, I'm in the unmitigated. You think I'm gonna eat some popcorn this time?
Y'all stay out about. No, but that's part of the plan. I bet Bobby Rush gonna put his popcorn up.
I'm gonna tell you.
Everybody got their contingency plans now.
We probably do need to have another tailgate just to make sure we straight.
What's the plan? People got plans.
That's what I'm talking about. We need a threat assessment.
But you know what? I do think that if we can't mobilize ourselves quickly to defend ABC and X, Y, and Z.
But I'm just saying.
We lost.
So this is my thing. This is why we got to call New Era. We got to call ECCSC and we need there's no plan, Ruthie. Ruthie, there really is no plan though. Like, if we knew that there was a threat, like if they said it is a rolling black SUV of white people with ARs, what we doing? Hide. Good.
You know what we gonna be doing?
What?
Asking the little homies on the block if they got switches.
Oh. Riis, I heard you all the way there.
That's what we gonna be doing.
Yeah, do we have the people who could talk to the homies on the block? Not talk about talking to them, but actually talk to them. Not the ones that, fantasize about it, but the ones that actually. Oh, wait. I said.
It's funny when you need the soldiers.
But the soldiers got to be trained, because the challenge is that sometimes the soldiers with the switches.
This is guerrilla warfare.
Right, but if the switches, if you can't, you got to learn, we got to teach them, we got to get us a range then. Let me just say that. We got to get us a range. I'm all good. Hey, y'all. Ruthie Moore said we got to call the fellas with the switches.
I'm saying, if they rolling up in trucks with ARs, what else is, do you got an automatic weapon? Can you turn your gun as an automatic weapon?
I mean, we on air. What you talking about? It's the Maze Jackson Show. You better call my cousin. Hey, we'll be back after these messages. Maze, Ruthie, and Riis in the building.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTDPN.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Week events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Week members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Week letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:02 a.m. and I am Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, the WNBA Game 2 of the WNBA Final Sky taking on the Mercury in Phoenix. Brittany Griner will score 29 points to lead all scorers and the Mercury to a 91-86 victory over the Sky to even the series at 1-1. Game 3 will be Friday here in Chicago. Now over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is an hour and 18 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare just 31. On the Eaton, Deerfield till Exchange is an hour and 9 minutes. Exchange back to Deerfield will be 44. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is an hour and 14 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 52. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is an hour. Outbound will be 44 minutes. On the Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be an hour and 7 minutes. 28 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 25 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive, 55th to Jackson is 17 minutes. Jackson back to 55th will be 7. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr is 9. Bryn Mawr back to Randolph will be 12. In today's weather, it is currently 64 and cloudy. Today will be a high of 72 with a low of 55. I'm Riis the Ruler here on the Maze Jackson Show. Now here is Terrorism by our boy Loch Ness on the Maze Jackson Show.
Terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater. But she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media's the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narratives. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wilding with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there is terrorism.
Terrorism.
WIFTBPM.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Mayor Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, in the building. Got my man, DJ Riis in the building. Shout out to my man, Tyrone Muhammad, yesterday. Went over to ECCSC. Y'all know Greg Sherman. He got a 10-week-old baby that is like the Hulk already. Dude came in the room.
His baby got muscles?
His baby got. I was like, you be having your baby do push-ups at 10 weeks? He like, yeah, I put him on the floor. Be like, you got to give me 10. He looking up, looking around. I was like, how is you doing all this? And he is the lover of the ladies. Cause he had all the ladies and he was giving them eye contact. He gonna tell her.
You talking about the baby or
the baby?
Richard?
No, baby. The baby. The baby gonna tell him. He gonna be like, you come over here, girl. Anyway. Yeah, it was good. Man, Tyrone's facility is freaking huge. You been over there? Mm-hmm. It's huge. Shout out to Tracy. Tracy Bay. Tracy, make sure my money get to ECCSC. Tyrone, he was like, Tyrone, man after my own heart. He said, what you doing with your own Cash App? Why you looking like that, Ruth?
I'm just trying to figure what you're talking about.
That sounds like a scam. Like, usually it's a scam coming. Like,
no, it's like, what you doing with your own? I was like, if I let you out the kitchen, you ain't about around here running around with your own Cash App, doing your own thing. What you doing with your own Cash App? You give me the money, and I will give you what you need back.
Oh.
What?
Duh. That's
right.
funny.
Funny?
That's a generational difference right there.
I'd be like, you bring me the check. Give me your check. What are you laughing? Ruthie, you put the check on the table.
What?
You put the check on the table.
Put my bread in my hand.
I will. I give you what you need. I count you out. You gotta put your allowance.
You know
you
what?
get 25 a day.
You know the concept in sales of how like when you go out and like do sales and then like all your money go back to said entity and then it's up to said entity to then pay you out whatever percentage that you went and sold. That concept to me is wild.
Well, I feel like this.
It's wild.
You gotta have something to sell.
It's wild to me.
You gotta have something to sell.
Because what happens when said entity don't pay you, don't pay out? You only getting 20% off what you making anyway.
I'm with you on that. But
So
that's
it's-
honorable though. But that's the honorable.
That's
people.
why sales is. But see, that's
why you gotta do sales. Just depending on who you do sales for. See, for me, right? If you bringing me money, like if you making me money, I want to incentivize you to make me more. So like I'm like you
sound good.
You can get a cut.
I think that be everybody playing. And then people just
I try to get mine out. And I be like, take it now. I want it all. I want to pay everything. I don't even want to see what I got till after everything is out. Don't even show it to me. Just take it. Just take it.
I hate sales.
Huh?
I hate sales.
You good at it.
I know, but
good.
I don't like it though.
I don't either. Until you been. You know what? I hated sales. I used to think I hated sales until like you meet people that do like real sales. Like real. No, I'm talking about sales where the commission is $100,000. Right? Where you get the $100,000. That's sales. Like when I was talking to a friend of mine and she was saying, she was excited about the first time she made $1 million. And she was saying that her husband in sales, his bonus was $1 million for the year. Sales.
I know people that do pharmaceutical sales.
Dope man. Yeah, that's me.
Like for these companies.
Dope man. Except they wear a suit.
Yeah.
And actually, usually the people that do pharmaceutical sales, it's really usually women. It's usually cute women that appeal to doctors. That doctors would be like, did you see the story about the women that were doing pharmaceutical sales that were actually strippers and they were like the largest Oxycontin sellers in Indiana?
No.
Like, I thought it was a brilliant freaking strategy.
It is.
Like, I mean, it truly was because, I mean, you don't, like, if you're selling Oxycontin and then you have a stripper that's dressed up in a suit and comes in and she's like, hi, doctor. Would you like to have some Oxycontin to give to your, and you can have dinner with me? Doc be like, because you know he like, man.
Like a bottle girl.
And then she like, and you know she make him think he got a shot. So then he really going. Then she got a bonus for every time that she sold more. And the doctor got more dinners.
And then do you see why we in an overdose epidemic?
Man,
and why the Schiller family getting sued and why they trying to be absolved of all responsibility and paying out billions of dollars?
How dope is that they were able to negotiate $25 billion, even though they made like 100 quadrillion,
and like accept no responsibility.
Yep, and it's like,
and we having the highest overdose statistics.
I'm telling you. Hey, bro. I tried to get a job in pharmaceutical sales. They was like, did you know you're dark skinned? I was like, damn. I'm just telling you, they was. I used to know a pharmaceutical salesperson that used to hustle the Viagra samples on the side. Like when the samples would come in, the salesperson would come to the office. And man, that turned into like a real, like, hustle. A lot of people walking around. Well, I won't even tell you the stories about that. But that's a whole nother story. But I'm just telling you, that pharmaceutical sales is something else. All right, y'all. So are we concerned about this weekend without police? Are you, Ruthie? Not at all?
Nah.
You think I feel like they are. I feel like they're going to do. I feel like it's going to be some numbers this weekend. I feel like we're going to put up some numbers. Because if we don't, if there aren't any numbers, then people are going to start to try to say we can validate defund the police. So I think that they got to make sure that I feel like we ain't gonna see no low number this weekend. That's all I can tell you.
It's kind of a losing situation, like all around.
Yeah, I feel like we're caught in the middle of a peeing contest between two white men.
That's funny.
I'm serious. Two white men going at it. One older, one younger, but yet and still two white men. All right, Ruthie. So I'm gonna let you let me get it out because I know you getting ready to go. I know you're gonna do it, but I'm gonna take the most basic part of this story and then I'll let you elevate it. Yesterday, 5 men were charged with the murder of Flyboy gangster Duck, FBG Duck. Apparently, they are saying that the O Block faction of the Black Disciples killed FBG Duck in response to an ongoing war between them and the faction of BDs from O Block and FBG's gangster disciples. I was watching the press conference and reading the story, and FBI, the head of the U.S. Attorney John Lausch. Hey, Brandon, by the way, that's the starting quarterback at BR right now. His son is starting quarterback at BR. He said that they were going after gangs, and they charged them with racketeering. And then he went on to elaborate about the relationship between social media, music videos, YouTube, and drill rap. And Ruthie hit on the point that I'm going to let her knock out the park, but I'm going to go back to a couple things. And I think I just want to point out that observations that I saw. You know, when the mayor talked about going after these gangs for their economics, and we was like, what's she gonna sue them for? Mm-hmm. I would be very mindful of the ties and connections that local celebrity rappers have with some of the named organizations. And I feel like what they said to you in the press conference was, and this is getting ready to be one of those things where, you know how we say people aren't allowed to transfer their illicit wealth into mainstream wealth. So right now you're seeing some of our rappers who may have been from this drill scene probably reaching the reality, you know, maybe having some epiphanies and starting to change. Or trying to, right? Didn't one of the guys say he wasn't going to do pills no more? He was going to stop doing lean. One was like, I'm going to stop rapping about dead rappers and all of that stuff. And now he's on the way to getting like big. He's the new face of the Beats deal and all of that stuff. And I always think about, remember the stories always be like, they was just about to make that transition out of the life when they make the connection to the rappers and the gangs, right? And Lausch said that we should expect that will happen more. That's exactly who I'm talking about, Brandon. Exactly who I'm talking about. Right? And so when you talk about the illicit wealth that the mayor was talking about, and let's just assume that this all is connected, and we heard David Brown continue to say throughout the press conference, we're going to go after the gangs. We're going to keep going after the gangs. And then John Lausch says that we're going to be doing this more because we recognize the connections between the music and the videos and all of that stuff that some of us have said that we understand, know, etc. I want to caution you that right now, it seemed to me that they were declaring an open war on drill music. That they were going to hang the violence in the city of Chicago on this group of people. Now, one of the things we've always said is like these songs, these stories. I remember the first time I saw one of the videos and I was like, whoa, this is pretty deep, but you're telling on yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, son, like if this is any of this is true. And I truly believe that those young people are about to wear the jacket for the crime and violence that exists. But I thought it was very important that he pointed out the importance of YouTube. And on that note, I'm going to put the ball on the rim. And unlike Todd, who would probably just knock it off, I'm going to ask you, Ruthie, to put the ball through the hoop. I want to... You had a very interesting take on this because I was like, I think that there's a lot of the violence being driven by here, but in the racketeering charge, it was only the 5 black dudes. It was like, if you name YouTube as a who puts the videos out? Well, I'm gonna back up. Ruthie, why is it on? I think the simple answer is to say that yes, drill music is responsible for a lot of the violence in the social media, and we can go there. But you seem to have a different take, or you seem to be a little bit more introspective. Talk to me.
No, I just kind of connected it back to the larger movement within technology and social media related to censorship. So when we talk about an impending quote unquote civil war, like there are clear lines that are, well, they ain't quite clear yet, but they are tracing lines right now of which side is, like, there's clearly two sides shaping up. And I think in terms of like tech censorship, we are seeing a lot of that happening, and it's going to be under the guise of regulation. And so I just say stay tuned to see how our government intersects with big tech and regulation. And so because that's happening right now it's easier for that guy that you mentioned to say YouTube and to say social media. But there have long been connections between drill music, social media, and killings in Chicago, for a long time, like years. So it's just interesting now, because I remember a few years ago, and I think I might have sent you that article where some of the professors.
Yeah. Oh, dang. You showed me the thing where they use AI. They use AI to track, after a death, to track the responses, and they could literally pinpoint who was going to get killed next.
And that's research out of a major institution.
And it was focused on, remember the girl Snoop? The black Snoop from Chicago, the girl that was killing, and they literally said that they could literally track her pain from her friends being killed to the responses to her changing, and it was certain emojis, certain things that if you saw it, you knew that there was going to be a murder. You could go to where it was, etc.
Mm-hmm. So they been
damn, Ruthie. I didn't even think about it like that. Like, cause they did know.
They did. That's one of the issues with the lack of black people in research. A lot of this stuff comes out of research institutions. Like, and that was in like that was in 2010. That was almost 10 or so years ago. Like, where, so there's a connection, right? Basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to catch technology up with crime, with the criminal justice system, with censorship. And so once technology truly catches up with between the facial recognition technology, what emails, right? So between all of those things and the shifting of policing into the digital realm, even look internationally and globally at the way that they utilize drone strikes. Like, all of these things are connected. So right now, what we're kind of seeing, if look at China. China unabashedly was like, nope, we controlling all of this. We getting back control over the culture. We getting back control over the young people, and they already been controlling their tech. And so now the U.S. is moving in that direction.
I didn't even think of it like that. That's why you're so deep, Ruthie.
It's too much, huh? It's like, well, it's a lot to think about, and so that's why I do understand that, you know, like YouTube is a vehicle for a lot of this crime and stuff, you know, to, you know, that is being facilitated. I get that, but if we taking it there, let's take it there, because what about some of the non-drill things? What about a lot of the sexual imagery that exists now? It's just a slippery slope.
It's the Maze Jackson show. I was just thinking, man, we would be focused against the we got callers. Let's go to the phone lines. Anthony on the Maze Jackson show. What's up, man?
I've been sitting here for a while. Anyway, I really was calling in about the police and the mayor thing.
Okay.
And I shouldn't y'all flip to another topic, and I feel kind of bold just to even bring this up. But hey, two white guys fighting, it don't make, man, this ought to be good viewing. Had them go down there, and we could have them in the backdrop of what's that fountain there downtown. The two of them good at it. That fountain right there on Lakeshore Drive.
Oh, you talking about Buckingham?
Yeah, let the two of them white guys go at it over there, man. That ought to be interesting.
You are crazy, Anthony. Anthony said two white guys. You ain't right for that. You ain't right for that. You ain't right for that.
You know, the funny thing, okay, all right. Well, you know how I feel.
I know.
Anyway, that's the important thing. You know how I feel. But anyway, you know, hey, I don't really see that being that big a deal in our community anyway. Okay, if they don't come over here, man, you know, they start a lot of chaos themselves when they come into the community, you know, targeted hits and whatnot. So let them have a weekend or so off, and we'll see. Let the two of them go down there to Buckingham Fountain and duke it out, smoke cigars and drink brandy afterwards.
Nah, it's not brandy. She said scotch. They drink scotch and smoke cigars, scotch. Remember?
I don't drink nothing no more, so I'm past that point. Like, anyway. Yeah, man, I'm just sitting here listening and thinking about it. So I'll holler at you later, man.
All right, Anthony, we appreciate you, brother. That we must have said. I was about to say we must have said something bad. All right, Ruthie. I think that it's gonna be very interesting to watch the juxtaposition of how we respond to the drill rappers versus the January 6ers.
Think about the role of technology in that, though.
Oh no, I'm thinking about it all. I was thinking about the carjackings and shootout that we found out yesterday was coordinated through a social media app. I can't think of what it was, but they was communicating, and the police tapped into the app and then figured out the whole Dallas to Chicago shooting ring. And I was just like, dang. But I do think that what's going to be very interesting to see. And okay, so I want to do a couple things. One, without I don't want to have any shade, but I do feel like we're gonna see Chicago's biggest rappers, less Kanye, be brought up in this very soon. I think that is the backdrop of the mayor, and I think that's the backdrop that they're setting up for the mayor to go after, quote unquote, these gangs. Like, I feel like they're going to, because essentially he called the rappers and the gangs interwoven. We talked about, so I was thinking about rappers when I was growing up, and I just saw Brandon talk about this too. Dang, man, you doing too much content for the show. Anyway, he was talking about when we grew up, we used to talk about studio gangsters who rapped about stuff that they didn't do but maybe saw. And I think in the way I wrote it down and described it is they were biographers today's rappers are autobiographers. And they are writing their own stories to their own demise. And I think that we got to be careful as we watch this, because I do think that there's going to be a blurred line that, hey, bro, if y'all ever see them videos and they be in the basement?
Man,
with that tech, what you just said, that facial recognition stuff?
This is old news, and the genie is out the bottle already. There is a whole market and a whole infrastructure set up that fuels this. Are these kids committing these crimes just so they can rap about it, so they can get famous? Yes, some of them are. I would say the majority of them are.
Wait, back up. You're saying that, but is there not the realization that, I mean, it seems like if they're rapping and they're doing the killings to be famous, it seems like there's like immediate responses, and you might not live to enjoy your fame.
You ain't, but if you already kind of living that lifestyle, then you ain't really thinking about the longevity anyway. So while I'm out here in this life, I might as well try to make some money off of it. That model has worked. Look at who we done propelled. The model works. Now it don't work for our communities though. Exactly. But think about the death and destruction that it leaves behind in our neighborhoods. And literally, like, does it make? Think about how much it doesn't make sense for you to commit a crime, write about it, make a video about it, use the same guns that you committed the crime with
in the video.
Like, it's irrational. And so in order to do something like that, it got to be something to it. Like, why is this the norm? Why is this the standard?
I didn't think
because they want to get discovered, because it's white. I'm sorry. There are record,
you don't have to apologize.
There are record label executives that are subscribed to these YouTube channels looking for the next Sosa,
Lil Murder,
the next Lil Durk, the next King Von. They looking for these kids. They are praying. It's a whole system set up. And it's built off of death and destruction. And unfortunately, our communities, we's the ones that we don't see the benefits of this.
Ruthie, so help me understand. So without a drag, is that part of why it seems as though that parents tend to condone this?
It's like a get rich quick scheme.
But I guess
it's exactly like you said. It's the biographer versus the autobiographer. Which came first? What came first? We know with rap back in the day, they was rapping about the conditions in our communities. So obviously the conditions came first. Nowadays, the game is twisted. So the genie is out the bottle in relation to the use of technology and the role of technology and the role of social media in this. And now, as y'all can see, now after they done stormed the Capitol and they done had they right-wing militia groups on Facebook and all this, now they trying to shut this stuff down? Like, I thought this was America. I thought we had freedom of speech. So this censorship that's happening is happening all around. So it's interesting that it's hitting us like this from a community standpoint. Look at the people on Facebook. You can't even say certain stuff on Facebook no more. Now you think everybody on YouTube. So they can just watch and not have the algorithms track what they looking at and recommend different things to them and pull up their search history in 10 years to make them lose their job. We living in a gotcha culture. Your text messages, your emails, ain't none of that stuff safe. You know how people be having little confidentiality things? Do not disseminate this email at the bottom of their emails. Nobody care about that. So we got to pay attention to the role of technology in our current society. Like you can't move the same way that we used to move. We can't raise our children the same way we used to raise our children. You can't just give your kid a cell phone and not worry about it. You like literally you can't do that. You better not give your baby no iPad and no laptop and not monitor what they looking at. You don't even gotta know how to type or spell. You can push that little microphone and say what you looking for into your computer, into your phone, into your iPad. So if we ain't raising our babies, who is? Technology is, and it ain't no, and now we gonna rely on the government to censor it. That's gonna take away our freedoms too. So it's putting us in between a rock and a hard place. And the only thing that's gonna get us out is we got to get ourselves out. We got to get ourselves out. And honestly, I don't really even know how to do it because these same platforms that we talking about are the same ones that we rely on to get our messaging out.
And on that note, I want to take a quick break. It's the Ruthie Moat. Dang, Ruthie.
It's just a lot to think. That's why I've been 10, 20 years ago, I peeped game and I got off of social media. Because I said we are headed down a path that we ain't, how we going to come back from this? And technology can be a great equalizer, but when used the wrong way, like
data.
There are whole ethnic populations of people being wiped out from social media propaganda. And I would like to include my people in that too, because of the death and destruction that I got to see happening with my own eyes every time I turn on a video. Do you know how crazy and absurd it was for me to originally see those videos? Like, who is filming these videos with these guns pointed at them? Like, who? And then I said, oh, wow, it's white boys filming this. And they even got some black production companies filming this, whose literally they market is these drill videos. It's a market. Like, it's money. It's so much money flowing in this stuff. Like, straight money. And clout is currency. And that's the scary part, that clout is currency. So you get these young kids doing this crazy stuff. You ain't masked up, they can see your face. They already kids. They don't understand the long-term ramifications. Like, I'm done. We can go break. I'm done. But it's
no,
just
keep talking. I'm gonna let you get it.
No, it's a cycle now, and we down bad. Like, we just down bad. You can't, I'm telling you that when I sent you that article, these same major research institutions.
Yo, cuz, that article was just unfreaking believable. Like, literally, they could narrow down.
Based on emojis?
Based on your emoji use in response to a traumatic situation, they could predict who were the people that were going to get killed.
So much so that they say, like, do people want to get caught by putting stuff on social media?
Right, like, do they want to get like I don't that and I guess that's why I'm so lost there. Like, I was just thinking about how we used to avoid the whole premise was we didn't want to be on camera.
But it's because it's currency now. Because your reputation used to be your currency, right? Mm-hmm. Nowadays it's clout. So it's a different level of reputation that you can exchange for that currency. You got caught doing some nefarious stuff back then, that might impact your pockets, because now people might not want to be associated with you. But literally, like, you could just be infamy is just as powerful as, people trying to be infamous. Like, it's a thing. People like to be. That's why the troll is such a popular thing. That's why it's. American Idol. Remember Simon Cowell when he was being mean to people? Mm-hmm. And it was so, like, revolutionary because we have never really seen people be so mean to people on TV. It's a vicious cycle. And I don't really know how to get out of it, honestly. Because the troll can become just as popular as the non-troll in today's society. You could take off your clothes and be just as popular if you like. You could be popular for crazy stuff. Think about who we elevate. Everybody love the story of the gangster.
We ain't got them.
Because they go pop. They go pop on us.
Oh, damn. But they in the go pop, they got to go get pop.
But they co-sign.
Didn't you say that?
But they co-sign this stuff though. They co-sign this drill music.
So let me ask the question. So, because last week, what you said, right?
What I say?
To escape that part, then you got to go to the mansion in the hill and touch your toes.
I say that.
You didn't say it like that, but you did.
I don't
remember
recall
like
that.
if you was a super gangster.
Mhm.
And then you got to transition. You want to go to the next level, and then they
yes.
take you somewhere else and make you hold your ankles.
Yes.
And then
do you see
the only way to get the only way for a rap to transition out of that murder, death, kill is to become part of the LGBTQ community.
Not become a part of the LGBT community, but it's to get a little bit closer. Case in point, look at Lil Durk. This is a really good example. Just look at pictures and videos of Lil Durk from when he first came out to now. Just look at him.
What happened? I don't know.
I'll show you some pictures. He just look at how he dressed, his style.
Ruthie. Okay, let's take a break. Could you find some pictures so I can see the difference? And then we're going to talk about it. Damn, Ruthie. How you going to steal my last hour? I don't appreciate this. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTVPN.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:42 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather report. In sports, Game 2 of the WNBA Finals, the Chicago Sky taking on the Phoenix Mercury. Brittany Griner will score 29 points to lead all scorers in the Mercury to a 91-86 overtime victory over the Sky. Over the traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop. 62 minutes outbound to O'Hare will be 31. On the Edens, Deerfield to the Exchange is an hour and 3 minutes. Exchange back to Deerfield will be 36 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is an hour and 14 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 47 minutes. It's an hour from I-355 to the Dan Ryan. Outbound will be 40 minutes. 55 minutes from I-80 to the Dan Ryan. 28 minutes to I-80 on the Bishop Ford. The Dan Ryan is 24 minutes to the Loop. 15 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive, south of 55th to Jackson, there's an accident, so it's 17 minutes. Jackson back out to 55th is 7. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr is 9 minutes. Bryn Mawr back to Randolph will be 13 minutes. Today's weather is currently 64 and cloudy. Today will be a high of 72 with a low of 55. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here is Ease here on the Maze Jackson Show.
Keep calling me, give you some love and you want all of it. I'm out here working, nigga, get a grip. I'm just trying to touch a mill if you just wanna coexist. I say you clingy and you contradict. Give you my heart, you think it's counterfeit. Give you my word and you won't trust in it. What's the point of loving me if you don't know what trust is? I need the ease you give now. Please don't back down on me. You've got the attention I need. Put your pride aside for me. Oh, 'cause I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me. That ease. While I'm out trying to get that ease. Know that I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me, baby. You're insecure, it's driving me crazy. I'm trying to get it and you keep on saying you know my love is never enough. I put up with you for too long, now I'm over it. You want affection, I need money, I'ma call it quits. That is, that is. Put your pride aside for me. make it easy. Need it ease. Put your pride aside for me. Side, put it aside. Put it aside, put it aside. Put it aside, put it aside. Put your pride aside, put it aside.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. My girl Ruthie Moore in here, dropping jewels. Riis the ruler. Riis, what's up with y'all, your generation? Why y'all wanna shoot each other and then put yourself in the video after and use the same gun?
Nah, that's the generation XYZ or whatever it is. Nah, man, I grew up where you ain't take pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you ain't do that. So nah, we definitely don't do it. If you really hear about it, these be like little kids in their early 20s or late teens. You know, that's my generation. We trying to get some money.
Huh? But how?
Well, we already my generation then already tried the illegal way already. So we flipping over to legit right about now.
Okay, what was y'all, the crackers of cards?
A little bit of everything, man.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
And it just didn't work out. Did it work? Did it work out for anybody? It seemed like we ain't. Huh?
I know some people right now still doing it, living high. You know,
it always come. It always come. Man, I'm just saying. All right. I wonder how many rapper do you think there's gonna start being roundups? Like, you think they're gonna start watching all these videos and being like, yo.
You know what? YouTube actually, like a few weeks, maybe like a couple weeks ago now, they actually cracked down on things that were like anti-VAX. So that was like the first purge of like any videos.
Did you say purge, Ruthie? Come on.
It
now.
was. It was a purge of videos and content that went against their community guidelines.
Who is their community?
Exactly. Thank you. That's my point. So that's why I said we got to be. Remember when the right wingers was talking about how they was being censored by tech and everything, and everybody we was like, nobody cares. We don't care what you're saying. Like, yeah, you shouldn't be spreading this. Trump this, Trump that. So the opposite effect of that is this pendulum that we're seeing, which is like, if you ain't saying stuff that goes within our community guidelines, then we gonna ban your content. And the problem with that, he might say, okay, so what? But some people literally make a living off of YouTube. Like, people getting real money, real checks. And so now you better be saying the right stuff. Otherwise, you ain't gonna be able to monetize your content. So now what that's gonna do is are people going to conform and say things because they want to keep their content monetized? Likely so. Because they need their money.
Damn capitalism.
Big tech censorship is a thing because it's the way that we communicate nowadays.
They need to make us a little tech.
It's the way we communicate. And so, absent of different communication channels, then you really beat. You beat. That's why I said, your text messages ain't safe. The cloud ain't safe.
Show your email, as we saw from John Gruden. Your emails ain't safe.
Your emails, like,
hey,
nothing.
Speaking of that, did y'all see Marvin Davis snapped off? He's a little upset that he said it was 650,000 emails in this search, and the only ones they released were John Gruden's. I want to see they ain't want. We should see what Roger Goodell had to say about Colin Kaepernick.
Don't worry, they saving it. They saving it for the book.
Not the book.
It'll be a Netflix special.
Ooh, Netflix be having some sneaky specials. Speaking of sneaky specials, not Netflix. Are you watching Wu-Tang? No. You need to log in.
It's on like Stars, ain't it?
No, it's on
Showtime.
No, it's on Hulu.
Oh, I think I got that.
No commercials.
I don't know about that.
You got to check out Wu-Tang. Are you watching? Yeah, you got to check out Wu-Tang.
I started watching Squid Games.
I tried to start watching it last night. I fell asleep because it was.
I be falling asleep too.
It's past my. Then I saw him talk. Yes, I like that.
Yeah, it was a little.
But
off.
okay, I'm not big. That
I liked it though.
did you? I'm not the big. Yeah, man. This has been a crazy time. I wanted to real quick before we go. Did you all see that they appointed Rosa Escarino as the interim head of the Park District to replace Mike Kelly? Now, Rosa Escarino, in case that name sounds familiar, she used to run the Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection, better known as BACP, where you got your business licenses. She was appointed as the interim superintendent, but there seems to be still ongoing turmoil.
My bad. That was me.
They got ongoing troubles because they fired the superintendent, but now it seems as though they're going after the president of the board, Avis Lavelle. Ruthie, as we were talking earlier, and I said, there is no, who is the lack of, did leadership skip our generation? And I'm speaking about mine. I was thinking about, as they move to probably either force Avis Lavelle out at the Park District, who will be the new Black Power brokers? And where did they come from? And the reason that I say that is because, and I want to make sure I'm clear, that the last generation of Black Power brokers in Chicago were created by Mayor Daley. Like true power brokers. And then let me not say true power brokers, but Black power brokers within the city of Chicago. And I think that class held over from Daley to Rahm. I think they were out a little bit during the early stages of the Lightfoot campaign. But I think that Lightfoot herself even was a Daley creation. And so as she tried to find her way back, she relied on Daley creation. And even as she seeks to get out of this hole, and I think when we look at this Rosa Escarino, we recognize that Rosa Escarino is probably also a Daley creation. And if I'm Avis Lavelle, I want to hire a CEO or a superintendent that wants to move on, that doesn't want to focus the issues on me, and so I go get my own people, right? Somebody that's part of the team, that's part of the clan. But I was thinking, and you know me, I'm not going to pile on. So respect to Avis Lavelle, no shade at all. But I was thinking about who is the next generation, right? So if we see the exodus of the Daley creations, where were the next Black power brokers forged? Who were they forged by, for, and under? See, I would argue with you that most Daley creations were placed above us. So whether it was the alderman, whether it was the city council, whether it was whoever, their power did not come from us. Their power came from Daley, and their ability to mete out favors and goodness and contracts and all of that came not from their power in the Black community, but from the power that was bestowed on them from Daley, thus making us all be like, please make the trinkets, please make it rain on us. Oh, they're bothering her. You read the mayor's statement. You've already got the two white aldermen that are the finance chair and the head of ethics calling for her resignation, and the mayor said that she gave a set of steps. And so I don't want to get stuck there. I want to talk about who's next. Right? Like, they're going to have to start filling boards, commissions, appointments, etc. And where were those people forged? I was thinking about our conversation last week. Ruthie, they told me I should have let you just go all the way. I was like, we didn't really need to go any further. Because it was pretty, like, sometimes you don't got to beat somebody down. You just let them talk and people can hear. But I was thinking about the pride with which the Daily name was thrown to us as to from whence we came. And so I gotta ask you, where will the next people in our space, where were they forged? Where are the black leaders that are set to assume the new positions? Where were they forged? Where was their connect? Where was their, because what has been sold to us and sold to them in a lot of cases is just being black is enough. Just them being the black people in the room is enough. No, my brothers and sisters, you have to be the black people that bring us into the room. See, so many times, white folks make us feel important. They pick which black folks they want to work with. Mm-hmm. And then we as black folks, then you come back, not because we sent you there, but you come back and you say, look what I'm doing. Why you ain't doing it? Because the white folks ain't pick us. And so as we think about, and I got to be real clear about this. Our black leadership for the last 30 years has not been selected by black people. It has not. And as I was watching what I believe will be the inevitable with Miss Lavelle, again, much respect. I just feel like in the Daily administration, like if you had an article, a bad article, they was just like, the mayor was like, who? I didn't even know him. But I think about that because I want to know, where does our power lie? Like, take out the elected officials. When you talk about, and again, my generation, I don't know that we should get the boards and commissions. I don't know that we need to keep picking the black folks that were taught that getting down meant laying down. And I'm not convinced, honestly, that we know. And so, as they start to pick the new black folks, right? The people that will fill, because now it's getting ready to be, oh, look at this young, upperly mobile black person, blah, blah, right? Where were they forged? Where is their grounding? Where does their blackness come from? It was, and I think, again, most black people have been taught to be lords over the black people. Their job is to keep us
gatekeepers.
Their job.
I know you don't ever want to say it when I say it, but
no, I'm gonna let you. No, I think you can say it. I don't mind gatekeepers if your job is to open the gate.
But they train us to be gatekeepers to manage the rest of us.
Exactly, and it's like so many of us have been put in positions of power, not because of the questions that we ask, but because of the questions we don't ask. For the things that we don't see, for the things that we don't think about, for the things that we wouldn't even cross our mind. I would tell you that 10 years ago, if you came to black people and said, I learned from our brothers and their experience in Germany, black people would be crapping and crying and saying, that's right, because we're... But the world has changed. And I don't know, Ruthie, if we going to make it to the promised land.
I got hope for my generation.
I got hope for your generation, too.
Because the same stuff y'all don't like about us is the same thing that I feel like is going to get us where we need to be.
Hey, Ruthie.
Big facts.
That unapologetic blackness and
just pull your pants up when you do it. Pull your pants up when you do it, though. But all I got to say is, no, I'll be honest with you, Ruthie. I don't know if my generation makes it to the promised land. I don't. I'm going to do everything to make sure that y'all get there. And I'm going to make sure everything that we can do to fight.
I think we're looking at this the wrong way, because I really do believe in the concept that sometimes you do got to plant them trees that you might not be able to see the shade from. Like, and if enough of us are willing to do that, then we can get out of this mess. But too many of us we too individualistic. I ain't finna go out into the field and do this for the, no, like we all need to eat. Like so it's that whole community minded concept. Teeters a little bit into the S word, socialism. Oh, God. but okay.
Go ahead.
No, that's it. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you got to do stuff and you might not be able to benefit from it, but dang, true collective action mean that I might always can't see my instant, like, results. And that's why I'm so invested in young people. Like, I might not be able to ever pay off my student loans. Ever. But I guarantee you that any young people that I come across not going to walk down that same path of getting themselves into that same debt. So I can't sit around and be like, I ain't finna tell them nothing. Ain't nobody help me. I had to get this on my own.
From the mud.
Like, no, we gotta shed that. Like, I want my people to be better to be better.
That's why I be trying.
My mom and daddy go to work every day, so I don't have to.
See?
And they gotta be okay with that.
Success.
What are black parents' retirement plans?
Success.
They kids.
Yep.
Ooh. Big facts.
It's they kids. So that's why you got to put a bunch into your. And if you do it the right way, then you will be straight. You're gonna always have somebody to take care of you. So treat your kids right.
Man, treat your parents right. I'm still waiting on a good Father's Day gift. No,
here you go.
Y'all be.
Just wait till they get a little bit older.
All right, I see. I mean, I don't know how much older, but it's okay. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show, and I know I'm about to get snapped on because it's 4 minutes after the hour, and Ruthie like, you know that clock wrong.
Nuh-uh.
And Riis, what you put up there, that's a call? Was it something? All right, don't do that, because I'll be like, I got to take the call, and then Ruthie would be mad.
Ooh,
right,
we froze.
We froze because we so cold.
Ooh, good one. We ice cold.
No, we not.
Ice. Too cold.
Yeah,
too straight.
I like you, really.
I don't. Ruthie, you be siding with Riis too much.
Cause I be appreciating him.
Ruthie.
You know, let me tell you what I appreciate more than anything.
Ruthie
is a man that can stand on some principles. Even if sometimes they be a little off, like I can just appreciate somebody standing on something. That's why I rock with you, Maze. You be off a lot to me.
What?
But
you be tripping, Ruthie. You see, Ruthie.
That's so funny. You be off, but I love the fact that you stand on it. I'm with you, Maze. You standing over there. I stand over here. I'm over here. I'm still standing with you, Maze. You off, but I'm still standing with you because you're standing.
Man. Y'all, that's just, oh Lord. Just because I wear a suit to dinner, man. That's all right. I'm gonna wear a suit. Hey y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I ain't gonna do that.
We off work tomorrow. Kansas said we need to be off.
Also, now you reporting to Kansas. Now
I'm
you
just
listen.
saying, I need a day off.
Now you just had yesterday off. Todd.
Mental health Maze.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. This is the Maze Jackson Show. So for Maze and Ruthie and Riis, I keep trying to figure out, should I say Todd? His name's still up there.
Hey Todd, I seen you watching. What up?
With your looking ass. This is the Maze Jackson Show.
Hey, Brother Sadiq do Bible verses too?
Huh?
He a vegan Bible verse person?
Oh, you know, Brother Sadiq be like the Bible is the black man's, or he like that ain't the white people book.
Come on, Brother
You know,
Sadiq.
he straight Old Testament. He'll have you looking like salt. You know what I mean?
Like the pillar?
No, like Lot.
Okay.
Like Lot's wife. All right, Joe. It is the Maze Jackson show. You know, she looked back at Sodom and Gomorrah and she looked and she turned to salt.
Yeah.
Because God said, don't look. Oh, okay. I got you. All right, you know a little church.
I'm trying to tell
Did you have to get on the church bus? Did the bus come by?
We had the church van.
Nah, I'm talking about the bus.
No,
Well, all the black kids in the neighborhood got on the bus and the white church came and picked you up and brought you.
It was a van. We Bible Witness Camp.
Oh. No, we had a bus.
We used to get donuts.
That's they used to do. It was their mission. Mm-hmm. Save the poor little niglets.
That's why I learned John 3:16.
For God so loved the world.
Uh-huh.
Did you have to do what other?
You used to have to recite the Bible verse and you can win donuts.
They had us doing tricks to eat.
Bible Witness Camp.
Tricks to eat. Okay. All at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Go Colors. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, Ruthie, Riis, Todd. I am your host, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Dang, Riis. He like speed it up.
Your computer doing that.
My computer ain't even on.
I'm talking about back here. It did it on its own. It just an update.
Censorship.
See how I be out. See how I be my computer when it's.
Never set your stuff for automatic updates because you don't want it to automatically update because you want to be able to read what the update is at least.
Ruthie is gonna be our tech specialist too. Thank you.
Man, there's so much I don't know.
I'll be like 5 iPhone updates behind.
All right, y'all. We up out of here. If you don't like it, you can still tell them. Mason, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play.